Yeah, I did get the green light here from Facebook or Meta or whatever they're going by these days. And welcome to the second leg of Quantum Leap. We're excited to have a top East Bay architect on, Courtney Miller. And Courtney is really the top of my list on this category, and we're going to get into some of his work. But I first wanted to just, if you're just joining us, have Cory introduce himself and tell us how you know Courtney, who actually recently joined our B&I chapter, which we're excited about as well.
Yeah, so Cory not here, Take Wing coaching, and I'm not really sure, being in the kind of the B&I area director, I run into so many people elsewhere. I know Courtney was a member of, I don't remember which exact chapter it was.
Visions of Exchange.
That's what I thought, yeah. And, people do make switches from chapters once in a while. I was also a member of Visions of Exchange at one time. And, but mostly I know him through Quantum Leap. David, you've been talking to him a lot more than I have. So it's been good to have you on here and have you back.
Thank you.
And welcome to the chapter too.
Yeah, I was like putting people on the spot sometimes. If I can, I do it accidentally too. But yeah, Courtney, I just like him as a friend and colleague too. We've worked on some videos, and he just has this great demeanor that he's easy to work with and great on video. And we love having him on the show too. So I really love his style of design, which we're going to look at too. So he's very good at what he does. And with that, I want to have him just tell us a little bit about you, Courtney, and what you do.
Well, thanks so much, Dave. It's so great to get this opportunity. I'm an architect that has about 30 years of experience. I went to UCLA, headed to Dallas after that, and then the East Coast, had my practice back east in Boston area for about 14 years, and decided that I'd get back and be closer to family and move back to the Bay Area, work for commercial architects for 12 years, San Francisco, Oakland, and which gave me the capability of doing things like doing a proposal for a 90-unit multifamily project, which I've been asked to put a proposal for here this week, which I have to pull together. And otherwise doing a lot of high-end residential projects right now, and actually putting in a proposal also for a clean room for a biotech facility in Union City. So we have a wide range of capability because of my wide experience in residential, commercial. I have an amazing diversity of capabilities, to take on just about any kind of project.
Great. And I'm actually half Swedish, and I love that kind of Swedish style Scandinavian design, which you I think bring here to the Bay Area. And I don't know if that's what you would call it. We're going to take a look at some of your work, if you don't mind just showing us some of your designs. And if you do have a style of design, I know you say you really mix it up, but I know with some of the residential projects that I've seen, you have kind of a cool style that you lean towards, or maybe you have a few different styles, if you don't mind commenting on that.
Well, do you see my screen at all here?
Yeah, you're a good.
Okay, great. So I wanted to take you back like about 3 years ago. This is a project that, let's see, full screen mode here. I'm trying to find that, but back here, what's going on here? View full screen mode. There we go. All right. So this is, I should show you the before we get into that. Here is the before of this project. And yes, and here it is. It's a rather humble, small little house that a developer asked me to renovate, and to include what we ended up doing, excavating the entire hill here and putting a new level underneath. The actual house stayed in position. It was at its maximum height, building height. And so when it basically stayed exactly in position, and I'll show you what happened. So here is the house as sold in 2019. And it's hard to imagine that upper portion is the existing home, with the new level underneath and new terrace on the right. And let's see. Yeah, there we go. Here's my design, our design for the project, including the landscape in the rear terrace. And here's the actual rear terrace as it turned out. And the kitchen, the little breakfast nook there that's off the terrace. And the interior, sorry for those little captions.
Don't worry about that. This looks great.
View out to the terrace from the breakfast area. And moving upstairs, the beautiful little stairwell, and up into the master suite. And this was a project stepping along. This was last year that got completed. It's a project in West Oakland, which was a complete gut renovation of an existing traditional Victorian. And this is the rear as envisioned, and the sunken terrace patio where the master bedroom was done downstairs. And here's a view back at the house with a master bedroom below and study above. And other views of that back rear area.
Now this kind of gets to our question number 3, but I think since we're looking at these, it's good to think about what kind of makes these eco-friendly designs, if there's any features there, or if you don't mind just telling us about that aspect of your.
Sure. This particular project, the developer was, I would say, not inviting us to do much in the way of anything that we would like to be doing. And that is typically we would, engage in increasing the amount of insulation. We would do drought tolerant landscape. We weren't engaged on that to do that. So on this one, it really was, kind of meeting the code, trying to deal with some very complex code issues, and take it through, into the interior design and coming up with a really nice layout with using day lighting. And I would say in terms of sustainability, taking advantage of daylight as much as possible to minimize the use of artificial lights.
Yeah, there's the kitchen, that design style that I was saying that I really like that you do with your cabinets and the countertops. And yeah.
Well, thank you. I think the developer in this case, definitely saw that it was more of a traditional built, house, Victorian, and wanted to have a certain amount of bling bling that we would, sort of gold kinds of fittings that we wouldn't typically use, or those kinds of chandeliers. But I think, they wanted to kind of really push a more traditional direction. And it turned out really, really nicely. Here is that master suite below with the subterranean rear terrace stepping out into the backyard. And it's amazing, really, what we were able to do, given that this was a basement that had a 7-foot ceiling. We dug down, and it involved some very complex construction details. Here's the layout. We put in a new stair on that connector between at the rear there, connecting to the downstairs. You can see on the right where the master bedroom has a nice, beautiful kitchen and a bathroom and shower, and then a third bedroom downstairs. And upstairs we have also a bedroom there, and a rear study that can act also as a bedroom. So it's really like a 4-bedroom with a lot of beautiful, sort of new living space. Here's some of the complex foundation details and drainage, French drains that we incorporated into the new foundation. And those are kind of the details that a lot of people don't necessarily see when you have a chance to see the final product. But this is where all the work is happening. Now this is a project that's under construction right now. It's up in Montclair. The podium pavers have been installed, and now we're getting about ready to install those metal railings going around. And this is using Fleetwood. This is a mid-century modern home that's receiving complete building envelope upgrade with new windows and doors and new cladding and new insulation in the roof. So the owner, here is where we really were invited to use all of our skills on every level, including all of this, sustainable performance. The, building envelope upgrade is so essential. And then also, adding fire resilience to the exterior. The owner was, really wanted to know, using Class A roofing materials and a more robust, cementitious, hardy exterior cladding, James Hardy exterior cladding. This is called Shiplap Aspire. It's 10 inches wide, and it has a very beautiful, has a really simple modern 1/4-inch reveal, and this is going to give her a very robust exterior cladding that it won't need to be painted quite as often, because it doesn't expand and contract as much as regular wood, being made out of a cementitious fiber, so that the paint will last longer and be more durable, and then also fire resistant. Here is a view of the new concrete landing that we just cast. It was just poured, and the podium pavers that continue over the top, the new entry doors, and Fleetwood large format windows and doors. Fleetwood is really the top of the line window and door manufacturer, and Golden State windows and doors provided these windows and doors. So I highly recommend that you go see them down in Emeryville. This is the beautiful bathroom design that was done by Knock Knock by Nadia, forgetting her last name, but she did the interior design for the bathroom. Here's the elevations and of this mid-century modern project, and here's some of the details. That podium pavers underneath the 2-inch thick tile pavers that are going across the terrace, and these are the podium supports underneath, and at this new poured concrete landing. And we talked about this last time, my zero net energy Tesla solar roof project that is about to go to permit. It's been a long time, the structural engineer is about to, couple of weeks, are going to have their drawings ready, and we got our planning approval, so we're about to submit for this and get this thing under construction. So it's a long time coming. It's a great project. This is where last time we talked about a little bit about the cladding for this project using Hardy Reveal panels. The builder was saying, said, hey, let's go back to plaster. Maybe it's going to save us some money, but actually ended up coming back to the Hardy Reveal panel. As it turned out, he found out this would be less expensive and be more robust robust in terms of resisting a fire because it doesn't have a direct contact with the interior sheathing. It has a gap so that the radiant heat would not transfer to the inside sheathing as readily and give better fire resistance. This is a bath that I designed for a BNI member. And it's a beautiful small little bath, 2 baths actually for her home. And this is a kitchen that's about to go also get permit approval in Crockett, California, kitchen and bath that we designed. And this is a project we have on the boards for a large whole house renovation that includes a new downstairs master suite and bedroom and study downstairs. The existing house is above, and then we're putting in the new floor below. This is kind of a view of the house above, up in Montclair on Broadway Terrace, and this is the kitchen that we're working on right now. And we're working on a refinement of the design as we speak to get into Money Pages magazine for the next issue.
Oh, great. Yeah. And I just wanted to see if we could wrap this section up, because I want to make sure we have the time to finish the interview.
Okay, we're done.
Okay,
All right.
perfect. Good timing. Cory, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, so as our new BNI member, it's always good to know these kind of things. I mean, we should just put this in as a one-to-one. Yeah, anyway, so where would you see your business going in 2022 and beyond? What are some of the fascinating new things coming up for
I think we're
architecture?
getting a lot. I think we're finally getting the kind of recognition for our skills and the capabilities that we have, and getting the brand, the branding is rising up. We're getting recognition from clients, and it's really fantastic, to finally, after 5 years back on my own, on my own practice, it's fantastic to be able to put together teams and get to know more people around the Bay Area, as far as builders, realtors, and clients that bring together fantastic teams, and just how rewarding it is, to work on a fun project and have, great people working together.
Yeah. And just in that same vein, I would note that now our chapter, we already had a very strong building trades sphere, but you really helped us kind of complete that. And we still probably are looking for a few more people in that sector, but I don't know if there's certain power partners or people that you really work well with in terms of knowing. Maybe you mentioned, I know the cabinet designers, the doors, but is it painters or building general contractors, or who out there is a good connection for you?
Yeah, I just referred David Zurin and Harold for plumbing and painting over on that same project. That the one in Montclair, the Terrace I was showing you. I just referred them on that project. She's looking for a painter, and I'm going over there later this week on, let's see, Thursday. I'll be over. Where's it? Friday. Friday I'll be over in Kensington, seeing let's see, David Zern's work out there with Andrew. Andrew's got a big project going on out there in Kensington. Blue Dog Construction.
Yeah. I was just shooting some video of his various projects too, and that's exciting. Yeah. Same with David.
Yeah,
So
I'd like to see an HVAC person in our chapter would be good too.
Hey, that's great you mentioned that, because I was thinking about that this morning, because my own furnace was making funny noises, and I'm going, hey, this is a perfect thing to bring into the chapter. I also want to bring in a commercial realtor and contractor.
Yeah, commercial realtor and contractor. That'd be good.
Great. I know we did skip number 4, Cory.
I have a commercial realtor. I will invite him.
You do? Great.
Yeah, he was trying to join the startup chapter a while ago. I just don't know. It's, So the startup chapter was a little later in the morning, so some of those people are like, I don't want to be up that early in the morning, but it's Zoom now, so maybe it'll be easier.
Well, here we're going to maybe have one meeting a month, maybe up there start that up again
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
in person.
Oh yeah, so I'm supposed to ask you another question, right? So who would you say is your ideal client right now?
90 unit project near here in West Oakland, having that opportunity to put in a bid on this project. I'm going to put a little effort into it. The client just said, okay, great to hear that you're going to be sending it over as I'm talking to other architects. Of course, it's going to be, it's a competitive, there's so much talent. But it's fun to also, get the opportunities.
Yeah, we're going to be actually talking about West Oakland on our ripple effect today. And I know you live in West Oakland as well, Courtney, so you know that area well.
Yes, right. I'm right here in the lower bottom.
Yeah,
And
very historic area and definitely a lot of changes.
Yeah.
I'm right next to the community garden, which is called Bottoms Up. Has anybody heard? Have you heard of that one?
No. Who is that built by?
It's a bunch of different. I don't really know the original person behind a couple of people that made it happen, but it's amazing to see food being delivered. There's a community, there's kind of like a community table and food gets delivered. I saw Food Not Bombs came by just a couple of days ago. I saw Ingrid, her name is Ingrid, and she came by with her little bike trailer and delivered pizza and fruit and vegetables. It was amazing to see that.
Corey, do you have any wild card questions for Courtney, or did we ask him his why? I do think his why is pretty interesting in terms of kind of why he does this stuff, but
no, I don't. Oh, well, I mean, if he wants to tell us his why, that'd be great. I'd love to hear it.
Why? The why? What in the why? I would say that it's, I guess I've been reading a little bit of this Zen Buddhist that people know, or he just recently died. And I just picked up his book, that Vietnamese famous Zen Buddhist that he is said to be the father of a certain way of thinking. What's it called? A way of thinking. And
is it like shaman or
he's a Zen Buddhist. I think it's this discovery of how that we are connected, how much we are connected, that we seem to, just constantly think of ourselves as being separate. And it's when you change your whole outlook of that being that isolation in our times, I think it's easy to kind of be caught up and think of ourselves as being isolated. And I think that pulling away that fog, and sort of claiming your connection, and Dave, thank you and Cory, thank you for helping us to realize that we're all interconnected.
Yeah, that is a theme that I'd love to study that type of work more, like the Buddhists. And I've seen the people who've really made these big transformations. A lot of it has come from studying that philosophy. So it's kind of an amazing thing. And we see it everywhere in terms of the need to kind of get past the individual and kind of with this interconnectedness in our world. And I think it's exciting time in the Bay Area, so to speak, and a lot of opportunity to become more connected.
Mindful thinking.
Yeah. Well, we are just about at time, Courtney. We'll have you back soon once we get some of these new projects, that 80 unit complex. We'd love to see that when that one's finished. And we'll be seeing you at our networking circles, and I have some events coming up, that business events that we're going to be pushing out. Not my own events, they're Rotary events, but things are opening up back here in the Bay Area. So look forward to seeing you out too.
Hey, thanks so much, Dave.
All right. Bye, everyone. We're
Thank
going
you,
to sign
Courtney.
off.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Cory. Bye.
Bye. See you Wednesday.
Okay.